we can start with topic, that is family anonymity. Many families we have to study in this group. So we are continuing with the first family of the syllabus, that is family anonymity. When we talk about the classification of this family, it belongs to division Phanerogamia, where the plants belongs to the flowering category. Class Dicotyledone, seeds were found two cotyledons there. Subclass, it is Polypetalae, petals are free here. Series Thalamiflorae, where the thalamus is present in the flower, and Androecium and Gynoecium, which are arranged on the thalamus. Order Magnoliales, it is the older or the primitive order we can say, so that order Magnoliales and the family Anonaceae. Here you can find some typical members of this group. All these members are from the family Anonaceae, and the genus Annona is being shown here. These are all Annona scamosa, Annona reticulata. These are the members of the genus Annona. When we talk about the common plants in this group, in this family, the Annona squamosa is most common in our region. It is commonly known as custard apple or the sugar apple, and it is well known fruit tree. Now we can get these fruits in the ample at our region. Annona reticulata is also common in our region. It is the bastard apple or the bullock heart itself. It is again a fruit tree. This Annona squamosa in vernacular we call it as a sitafal, and Annona reticulata we call it as a ramphal. So both the plants are common in our region. There are some flowering plants. One is the Artabutris ancinatus. It is a small climbing shrub with hooked peduncles, and it has having the glabrous leaves. So here you can find the hooked structure of this flower. So it is a climber and having the beautiful flowers, so that it is planted as an ornamental plant in the gardens. Then it is Cythocalyx zelanicus. It is also known as the Harichampa, a tall tree with a deflexed horizontal branches, and flowers are most of the times it is the inverted in position. So these are also common in higher altitudinal areas. These are some of the common plants, that Polyalthia longifolia. Normally we plant them in gardens or at the fencings. These are works as a good windbreakers, commonly known as ashok, and planted in the gardens as an ornamental tree. Then it is Uvaria cordata. It is Alstone is a climber noted for its cordate leaves and the beautiful red flowers. So it is some of the common plants, those are found in our region. Now here we can find the habitat and distribution of this family. Habit-wise, these are mostly tree shrubs or as just we said, lianas. In Artabutris, it is a slightly climber, woody climber you can say. Artabutris climbs with the means of hooks. And oil ducts present in the bark, normally it is a typical smell on the leaf and which is the stem of the particular plants. The leaves and perianth leaves where these oil ducts are present. It is normally terrestrially grown and it is perennial in habit. It is evergreen, deciduous and cultivated, as well as normally found in the wild. This family Annonaceae is commonly called the custard apple family, because the custard apple sitafal is the basic type genus for that. Then Rendell has included near about 62 genera and 820 species in this family. Whereas Lawrence recognized them as 80 genera and 850 species. In 1966, Takhtajan also included 120 genera and near about 2,100 species in this family. So the number may vary from book to book. So we can take it as a maximum by the Takhtajan, which is 1966. So 120 genera and 2100 species are noted for this family. This is widely distributed in the tropical regions of the world. Some genera are also called the temperate climate, also found in the temperate climates. And it is in India, it is represented by near about 130-129 species. So here you can find the beautiful flowers of this family Annona. When we talk about the morphological features, morphological characteristics of this family, we can start with the root. Normally the root is taproot system, deep and extensively branched with secondary and tertiary branchings. Stem is normally erect, branched, solid and woody. Sometimes as in Atrabotris, we find these are the woody climbers also. Leaves are simple, entire, they are alternate, exstipulate, distichous and glandular. Here you can find the leaf structure as well as this stem structure on this, where the leaves are alternately arranged here on the branch. They doesn't bear any stipule, so that it is exstipulate. Leaves are simple and they are entire, and branches are normally distichous and having the gland dotted structures on the leaf surfaces. Then when we talk about the floral characteristics, here at the right angle you can find the various types of the floral arrangement, or the flower types are noted here, just shown here for your reference. Inflorescences are often, flowers are solitary, axillary, and sometimes just as in family Annona, we can say genus Annona, they are cauliflorous in most of the members. When we talk about the flower, these are normally actinomorphic, but only Monodora having the zygomorphic flower due to the difference in size of petals. They are bisexual in nature, hermaphrodite, unisexual in only that it is a stelycocarpus, where it is normally complete, trimerous. Complete means where calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are present. It is complete flower, trimerous, calyx and corolla in the whorls of 3. It is normally hypogynous, where ovary is superior at position. Only in Hypomacia we find the perigynous flower. It is spirocyclic and often aromatic because of the having essential oils in the its vegetative parts like the calyx, stem, leaves, etc. Normally calyx are 3, where sepals are 3 and they are sepaloid, normally green in color, always free, sometimes connate at the base, and the estivation is volvate. Here you can find these are the calyx shown. These are normally a smaller in size as compared to the petals. Then corolla normally in the whorls of 3. 3 plus 3 is the most popular combination in this family. Petals 6 in normally 2 whorls. They are always volvate and slightly imbricate in some cases. Sometimes no distinction between sepals and petals. So they are normally, petals also most of the times greenish in color, and because of that we didn't recognize them as a calyx and corolla, and because of that we find the perianth whorls maybe in the 3 plus 3 whorls each. Here you can recognize these are the upper layer is of the calyx, and these are the corolla members. Corolla members as compared to the calyx, they are very larger, sometimes fleshy and edible. When we talk about the androecium and gynoecium, here you can find it is the flower of Artabotris hexapetalus. Androecium, where stamens are numerous and they are spirally arranged on the axis, which forms a large convex receptacle. Filaments normally short, they are thick, and anthers long and extros. Truncate connective is there, and they are normally bithecous. So connective observance is most popular here. Gynoeciums are numerous, or they are few, usually free, and they are spirally arranged on the raised receptacle, Normally they are apocarpous in condition. Ovaries are at the superior position. They are mostly unicarpellary and we can say unilocular in nature. Ovules, one to many, and they are normally anatropous. Styles may be short or sometimes stigma almost absent, or if it is present, it is very small. In Monodora, with Syncarpus ovary, the parietal placentation is observed. Exceptionally, this Monodora having the parietal placentation. Otherwise, they are normally having the anatropous ovule. When we talk about the fruit and seeds, fruits are normally of aggregation of berries is found there, and they are normally unite to form a single compound fruit. It is aggregation, or we can say the iterio of berries. It is found in the Annona squamosa. So here you can find it is a fruit. Normally inside it is the fleshy, and the inner epicarps normally get mesocarp get fused. Only the epicarp or external side forms eye-like structures on the fruit. Here there are some seeds are also shown here. When we talk about the seeds, so they are normally large, multiple in numbers, numerous in numbers, often embedded in a copious and white fleshy pulp, which is the and seeds are normally endospermic in nature. Uh, Typical pollination, it is normally the entomophilous pollination is observed in the family Annuaceae because of the gaudy and scented flowers. Artabutris typically has the beautiful fragrance, and because of that, the many insects get attracted towards it. When we talk about the floral formula, it is actinomorphic. Side by side, you can observe the floral diagram also here. Actinomorphic, they are bisexual. Calyx normally three. They are slightly greenish in color. Then corolla, it is normally in 3+3 condition in two whorls. Androeciums are indefinite, number is not fixed. Gynoecium also free and number is not fixed because of it is indefinite in number. Or just we seen either sometimes in Monodora we find the Syncarpus ovary is there. So gynoecium may be free or it is fused. Here in floral diagram we can see the structure like that. So here we find outer three are the calyx whorls, inner six are the corolla whorls, and here the spirally arranged androecium and gynoeciums were situated on the thalamus. Here we can find this spiral sign has been shown where androecium and gynoecium are placed. When we talk about the economic importance of the family, most of the times either it is medicinal or food properties has been recognized. Here we can talk about the food value of this family. The fleshy fruits of various varieties of Annona, they are specified are juicy as well as they are edible because of the having sweet pulp, and also used in the preparation of the soft drinks and jellies. Recent analysis shows that they contain about the 18% of the sugar. So it is quite high number of high amount of the sugar which is found in the custard apples. The edible fruits are also obtained from the various species of Annona and Asimina. So these two are the species which are commonly used as a food. Normally these are genera where hundreds of variety has been developed now, and these varieties can be used as a food. Then some species those are woody, and just take the example that Boccagia virgata and Boccagia laurifolia. So these two are the commonly used as a timber. Then Cythocalyx zelanicus, then it is the Dugetia equitarensis, Oxandra lanceolata, and Eupomecia laurina. They yields the very useful timber for the purpose of construction of the houses as well as the preparation of the furnitures at the house. Some medicinal uses also used noted by the tribals. So where the common use is of the seed oil of the Annona, Annona, uh, Annona reticulata, and Annona. These medicinal Annona squamosa and Annona reticulata, they are producing the oil. Seeds are producing the oil which has the anti-lice property. The flowers of Desmos chinensis furnish it is the muscar oil, a perfume. A perfume is also obtained from the it is the culua fragrance and specially liked by the Arab woman. So it is the muscar oil, and then some species of that is Goniiothalamus vitae produces a strong fibers from its bark. So fiber yielding plants are also there. There are many species of artabotrys like discolor, Annona discolor, then Artabotrytis odoratissimus. These are having the sweet scented flowers so that they can plant it in the gardens as a ornamental species. Along with that, we find the Desmus chinensis is also an ornamental tree normally grown in the gardens. When we talk about the affinity of this family, the family Annonaceae is closely related to the family Magnoliaceae, as this also included in the order Magnoliales. But ruminate endosperm separates it from the Magnoliaceae. It seems that it had been derived from the ancestors of the Magnoliaceae. In the secondary cortex, the bast fibers are alternately present with the phloem. The family is also primitive and is one of the members of the arboreal ranels. The trimerous flowers and the small embryo indicates its relationship somewhat with monocotyledons, and Hutchinson treated it along with the Eupomaceae. So these are some of the comments on the affinity of the family. Broadly, it is the most allied family to the family Magnoliaceae.